You probably saw questions when you submit your tax returns. SARS asking you about your assets and liabilities. How interesting that question is. Yes. Imagine this scenario. You've got 10 properties and you've actually don't even have mortgage bond on those properties. Mhm. It's an interesting question that I can ask you and say, where did you get the money to buy those properties? Let's say a scenario where in the last 10 years, you have actually been disclosing to SARS that you actually been making, say, 200,000 a year, but you're sitting with a portfolio that worth about 10 million or 5 million for that matter. Where did you get your money? Isn't that interesting to say? If let's say you're getting money from your parents, did your parents actually pay donation tax? That's quite interesting. Now, let's flip the coin. Let's say this year you actually disclose that you've got assets that are about 10 million or 5 million. You did well. You listened to us, you bought properties, you invested in businesses, you're doing well. Shilipo is taking care of some of your tax affairs and you're generating money, but you don't tell Shilipo everything. Then you next year you sell properties, but you don't tell SARS that you sold properties. Come tax season, you submit your tax returns and you stipulate that you now have 5 million worth of properties. SARS can easily ask you a question to say, what happened to that 10 million worth of assets? Now that you've got 5 million worth of assets, did you pay potentially capital gain tax if it was applicable? And then you look at us, you're like, I did not pay it. Then would you agree with me? Potentially, you are going to have tax penalties. Yes, you could. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this to say, guys, any form of movements of money, any form of movements of transactions, there's potentially tax implications. So, my advice for you is that have a consultation, have someone on a speed dial who's a tax advisor, so that any move, any exchange of money between people, any exchange of assets between people has tax implications. Whether they're favorable or unfavorable, leave it to tax advisors to decide otherwise. Don't interpret and disclose everything to SARS because SARS is going to find out. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. So rather do things correctly and have a peaceful sleep. Isn't that great? And you can easily preserve wealth than trying to cheat the system and you end up not actually losing, you end up losing all the wealth you worked hard for. It's actually easier, simple, just make SARS your friend. You can actually enjoy your life. Good luck.